learning about text structure, cause, and effect. So all this week, our main goal is to figure out how the author has the text organized. So how are they organizing the text? All right, so for cause and effect, it's written in a way that tells the cause of something. Okay, so why something happens. Okay, and then it can also tell the effects, like if there's a tornado, what was the effect of that tornado? What happened after the fact? Okay, so it can tell why something happened, or it can tell what happened after the fact. Okay, signal words: because, so, as a result of, therefore, this leads to, if then, effect of, and may be due to are some of my signal words. It's not going with my space bar. There we go. Okay, so cause and effect, graphic organizer looks like this. One thing leads to another. That's why there's arrow there. One thing leads to another. And the arrows are going sideways here because it's not linear. So in chronological, there's arrows, but it's because it's like first, next, then. Okay, so cause and effect, one thing leads to another. All right. All right, so we're going to look for those words. Because, so, as a result, therefore, this leads to, if then, effects of, may be due to. Oh, here's our cool graphic organizer. This leads to this. Cause, then effect, cause, then effect, cause, then effect. Okay. Last spring, the school board voted to make a major change. They decided to move the school start time from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for all schools in the district. The new policy has now been in place for 2 months, and we're beginning to see some surprising and welcome results. First off, data shows that test scores are up almost 15%. What is an effect of what they did? Oh, stop. What is an effect of what they did? The test scores are up 15%. So, results right there is a clue word, but this is one of the effects. Okay, so what did they actually do? Well, first, they moved the start time of school from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And an effect of that was test scores are up 15%. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go back to our passage. For almost 20 years, there had been very little change in test scores from year to year. We have also seen a 20% drop in tardiness. Okay, so it's the same cause happening here. It's the same cause, the same thing. They moved the start time. They didn't do anything different. They moved the start time, but an effect of that is 20% drop in tardiness. So there was a 20% drop in tardiness. That's a pretty good effect. I'm going to move this. I know it said to use these for the words. We'll go back and do that in a second, but I'm doing the effects right now. Students are much more likely to get to school on time. In addition, there has been a great deal of positive feedback from teachers regarding student behavior and attention span. Students overall seem less sluggish and more alert. So we're going to put the same thing here. Oh, moving the start time, and an effect of moving the start time is students seem less sluggish and more alert. Sluggish has 2 G's. There we go. All right. So we have the same cause every time, the same thing that made these other things happen, moving the start of school. Sometimes you'll have different causes, like one thing will lead to another, that'll lead to another, that'll lead to another. But for this one, the cause was the same all the way through. All right, let's go back now and look for our clue words. Results is definitely one. Okay, and maybe impact. There's not a lot of those because, for example, I'm going to go back to the slide that has that because, so as a result, therefore, this leads to the effects of. Go back through. You all might have found a few more than I just did. But the good news is, even without those clue words, I can tell it's cause and effect because one thing is leading to the other. All right. So you guys are going to try to read this one. This one is about wolves. And it's going to be about what happened to the wolves. Their numbers have dramatically decreased, okay? So we need to figure out why their numbers have decreased, okay? So for this one, everything is going to be slightly different. Let me read it. Wolves are beautiful animals that are members of the canine family. They once roamed through North America from the Arctic to Mexico. However, by the early 20th centuries, their numbers had dramatically decreased. Okay, I'm going to highlight that because that is definitely showing me its cause and effect. The loss of wolves was due to, there's one of those keywords, the loss of their habitat. Okay, so what caused it? The loss of habitat and ranchers killing them to protect livestock. Okay, so for this one, we're going to have different causes and effects. So first, wolf. Okay, so the loss of the habitat caused the population to decrease. So the effect is the population of wolves decreased. What caused that to happen? Loss of habitat and farmers killing them to protect their livestock. All right. Now let's keep reading. Other animals depend on wolves to survive. So when the wolf population dwindles, other animals suffer. There's a dependent relationship here that's going to be cause and effect. Okay, so for the next one, it's going to be a little different. Because the wolf population decreased, then what happened to the other animals? I'll let you all fill that in, okay, once you read it. Other animals suffer. For example, when a wolf kills an animal, ravens and coyotes, along with other animals, arrive to eat what's left after the wolves are done. So the ravens and coyotes aren't getting as much food either, so their population is probably decreasing as well. That's what I would put in that box. In 1973, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife listed the gray wolf as an endangered species. Yellowstone National Park is a recovery area. 61 wolves. That's not a lot. In 2019, there were only 61 wolves. Okay. So, a cause here is going to be U.S. Fish and Wildlife declared them endangered and placed wolves in Yellowstone Park. Okay. Miss Collins is gonna make this box so that it'll fit. There we go. All right. Then what happened after they put them in Yellowstone Park? So I'm going to let you all fill in these two effects. All right, guys, great job doing cause and effect. This one is a tiny bit harder, but you've got this.